Did you see Caitlin Clark surprise us again? She was working on Van, and look at how she took a lovely stride back and hit a three-coach. Chris made the right choices, but even though Caitlin dominated the game in every way and performed an amazing game that set records and made history, the Fever lost 89-84. Yes, you heard correctly. We have a lot to discuss in this video, so please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned because this analysis is going to be intense. First, let's talk more about our beloved Caitlin. The defense of the Fever is a serious issue, and we haven't even mentioned the U.S. Olympic team coaching staff. Do they regret not calling up Clark? Clark scored 29 points and stood out in several other stats, but it wasn't enough to secure the victory. In this game, Clark gave an incredible performance. She was blazing. In addition to her game-high 29 points, Clark also collected 3 blocks and 5 steals, which is incredible for a point guard. And she provided 13 assists, showcasing her versatility as a scorer and her ability to create opportunities for her teammates to shine. She is one of the most exciting players to watch in the WNBA today, because of her performance in the fourth quarter, which was especially impressive even on a difficult day for the team. However, let's face it, despite all those amazing numbers, the Fever still lost the game, which is frustrating. Clark scored 15 of her 29 points during that quarter, essentially carrying the team on her back as she attempted a heroic comeback. She also grabbed 5 rebounds and made 5 three-pointers that got the crowd going. As the game heated up, both teams made a decision that left everyone perplexed, with Clark scoring 15 points and taking the best shots on the field. The coach clearly intended to use her as a decoy to lure the defense to Clark and create space for Kelsey Mitchell to shoot 3 points during that quarter. I know it's time for the Heat to hire someone to help Clark, or perhaps the problem lies with the coaching staff. Both teams insisted on this play when the team was trailing by 5 points with just 20 seconds left, despite Mitchell going 0 for 8 on three-pointers during the game, rather than building on Clark's performance, which saw her make 5 out of 9 three-pointers. Mitchell, who is a great player, wasn't making her shots. Why not follow his lead? I was also worried that the defense teams were losing their zeal during the match and were unable to adjust their defensive tactics. Lexi Hull was the only player who could compete with the Mystics on defense, especially in the fourth quarter. Look, I love the Fever, and Clark knows that, but we can't overlook these problems. She isn't playing well with this team and appears a little perplexed. We must also talk about Clark's turnovers because although she is a powerhouse, she is unaware of how to handle it. To be honest, Clark surpassed the record for the most turnovers by a rookie in NBA history, beating Nikki McCray's mark of 126 in 29 games. The player with the ball most of the time has a higher chance of losing possession, so let's put this in perspective. First off, Clark is playing incredibly well. She leads the league with an average of 5.5 turnovers per game, which is 1.7 more than the player in second place. In fact, the greatest players in history have also committed a lot of turnovers. A couple WNBA legends hold the NBA lifetime turnover records. In addition to being a rookie who is still adjusting to the professional game and her teammates' occasionally bad posture, LeBron James has more than 5,000. The most important thing is that Clark is still killing it in spite of her mistakes. She takes chances with difficult passes and tries to make something out of nothing. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but when it does, it's quite the show. I'm sure she'll get used to it. This turnover record is just one small part of Clark's character. She has broken several positive marks and is the league's face, making her the most entertaining player to watch in the NBA. The greatest of Clark's amazing career is yet to come. Speaking of turnover, we also need to highlight some serious team errors and the Fever's defensive problems. The Fever's defense was undoubtedly challenging to watch throughout this game, especially during the opening 3 quarters when the Mystics players were free to cut and shoot Clark. Even though Clark leads the team in scoring, Melissa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell struggled to make an impression, and the defense could have used some improvement sooner. The team's tenacity was demonstrated in the 4th quarter when Clark Lady made an incredible comeback that nearly turned the tide of the game. The Fever is incredibly talented, but these specifics need to be improved with a little more defensive consistency and fewer errors. Boston also had hard times. Turnovers were another major issue when she committed an unnecessary flagrant foul that cost the team dearly. She also became agitated, which affected her performance. The group made 23 total mistakes, which resulted in 23 points for the Mystics. It seems like we gave the opposition the entire quarter for free. Even if this team lost because of the illness, they could still win. Despite all of the challenges we've discussed, Caitlin Clark's impact is still felt, and the WNBA is realizing her incredible potential. Despite her struggles with turnovers, there's no denying that she has transformed the league since joining. Her statistics speak for themselves. She is the only rookie in history to record a triple-double, which is amazing, and she is also the first NBA player to record 100 assists and 100 rebounds. In a league packed of talented veterans, she may be making it seem easy, but her impact goes beyond the numbers. Fever's games tickets are selling out, and TV viewership is soaring. Although there are still challenges to overcome, such as improving defense and reducing turnovers, the best thing about Clark is that she is inspiring a new generation of girls who are watching her shine and aspiring to be like her. Despite these challenges, Clark has a bright future ahead of her. She is literally changing the game. However, the season is still early, and the Fever needs to act quickly. With Clark leading the charge, they have the potential to turn things around, but time is running out how they will handle these defensive issues. Coach Christie sides changes the strategy, and Clark has to control the strain of being the team's star player while reducing errors. If the Fever doesn't go away right away, the next game is crucial. Hopes for the playoffs might start to fade. Since every game is a Fever final, Clark must continue to play at this amazing level and motivate the other players. Can she manage the pressure? Will the Fever be able to give her the support she needs? If it's feasible, Clark will need to increase her game even further. In addition to the fact that the upcoming games will be exciting, there's also the crucial question of whether the U.S. Olympic coaching staff regrets not calling up Clark. Imagine her making these incredible plays in the national team jersey. I bet they are thinking about everything they missed by not calling her. Other teams are already beginning to notice how good Clark is. They will start preparing specific defenses for her. How will our girl respond to that? Do you think Christian sides should be fired? To ensure you don't miss any WNBA season information, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below if you thought the analysis was useful. See you in the next video.